Hello everyone, I'm back with a new video on CD markers. We'll go into the topic quickly. Here I will tell you in a sequence to remember the CD markers. In this first set I want you to remember is regarding Ki67. You know Ki67 is an index which tells you about how the cells are proliferating, how deliberately they are proliferating. That's the index which tells you about it, or that it's a kind of mitotic index. And here, if this Ki67 index is high, this cancer is very deadly. If the Ki67 is low, the cancer is somewhat, it will proliferate slowly. So for high Ki67 index, the main thing you have to remember is a mnemonic called BAD, B-A-D, BAD. With high Ki67 index, this BAD is for bad prognosis of these cancers: Burkitt's lymphoma, ALL, DLBCL. With Ki67 low, the cancers are follicular, marginal, myeloma, Bcells, SLL. Remember this: follicular, marginal, myeloma, Bcells, SLL. I want you guys to learn about B cell markers first. Let's go into the B cell markers first. This is the way what you have been taught in the class, how pro B cell convert to pre B cell and a mature B cell. It will go into the mantle zone, naive B cell, and forms an extra follicular blast. Follicular means it looks like a follicle. Where around the germinal center the blasts will proliferate like this. So this is extra follicular zone, that is mantle zone. Then germinal zone. Germinal zone is in the center, so centroblast, centrocyte. Outside the germinal zone there is a marginal zone. This is pre-germinal zone, which is mantle zone. This is post-germinal zone, this is marginal zone. Remember, in this way, precursor cells will come into mantle zone. They will proliferate. They will change, and they will go into the germinal zone. From there, it will go into the marginal zone. You have to remember this order, which will help you to remember the cancers which are related to these zones. Okay. Next, I want you guys to remember which cancer comes in which zone. Yes, see here, this ALL, B cell, no, BALL. This is a blastic tumor. Lymphoblasts proliferate. So in precursor cells area, these precursor cells will proliferate, which gives rise to ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. In precursor cells area, if precursor cells increase, acute lymphoblastic leukemia will occur. This is B cell proliferation, so BALL will occur. Then here in the mantle zone, precursor cells come into the mantle zone. In the mantle zone there is mantle cell lymphoma and Bcells, SLL. This is a acute lymphoblastic leukemia. This is a site, so chronic lymphocytic leukemia or small lymphocytic leukemia. The cells are a little bit mature, so the blastic leukemia will convert to lymphocytic leukemia, which is chronic. As it is a mantle zone, mantle cell lymphoma. Then the cells go into the germinal zone, right? Cancers which arise from the germinal zone are, you know one thing, with the Ki67 index high, what are those cancers? BAD, Burkitt's, ALL, DLBCL. So ALL already appeared here. So ALL is a precursor cell. So ALL occurs in precursor cells area. Precursor cells increases, ALL will occur. Now some matured cells in germinal zone, which are in the center, this Ki67 is high, those are if you remove the ALL from bad, you will get BD, that is Burkitt's DLBCL. As it is a germinal zone, which is a follicular zone, which looks like a follicle, germinal center. So follicular lymphoma also occurs in germinal zone. What are the things which occur here? BALL occurs in precursor cell area. In mantle zone, mantle cell lymphoma arises as the name suggests. Blasts are matured to sites, so CLL occurs in mantle zone also. And then germinal zone, you'll get BAD. A already occur here, so BD, Burkitt's and DLBCL. As the germinal center looks like a follicle, the follicular also occurs here. As we remember, Ki67 index is low for follicular, marginal, myeloma, and BCLL-SLL. So these are Ki67 low index. The follicle in them, BCLL occurs, SLL occurs in mantle zone, follicular occurs in germinal zone, marginal and mild, M and M, occurs in M, marginal zone. Remember this, M, marginal zone. And BCLL, SLL also express markers of marginal zone. And then in this marginal zone, the plasma cells are there now. These are memory B cells. Centrocyte will convert into plasma cells and memory B cells. In this memory B cell zone, there lies the marginal zone lymphoma, myeloma, and BCLL-SLL. If the plasma cells proliferate, what is that? That is nothing but multiple myeloma and lymphoplasmacytic lymphoma. Plasma cells proliferate in this zone. Plasma cells proliferate in this cancers. Whole thing I want to tell you is these cancers will express the CD markers of these zones, like BALL express these markers, mantle and BCLL-SLS express these markers, they express these markers, they express these markers. That's it. Now the CD19 is most specific and a consistent marker of B cells. It expresses in all B cells. It is the most consistent marker. It is the most specific marker for B cells. Remember like this, B cells means CD19, CD20, CD21. These are the general markers. Remember like this, reverse of B is 9. So CD19 is marker of B cells. Now CD10 is a precursor marker. CD10 is precursor marker. CD20 is mature cell marker. CD10 is precursor marker. CD20 is mature cell marker. CD10 also expresses in germinal zone along with as it is a precursor marker. Along with that, it will express also in germinal zone. CD10 precursor, CD20 is a mature cell marker. Then along with that, CD20, remember in germinal zone, it will contain CD23 and BCL6 as well. CD23 and BCL6. Remember in this way, 19 pan B cell marker, 34 TDT precursor markers, CD10 purely a precursor cells marker, 20 is a mature cell marker, 10 also expresses in a germinal zone, in the central zone, and in the central zone along with the CD10 you will have CD23 and BCL6. This 23 also extends here. I'll tell you why later. So now I told you which zone contains which cancers and which zone contains which CD markers. You can correlate with them. For PALL, the markers will be CD10, CD19 along with the CD34 and TDT. For mantle zone, mantle cell lymphoma, you'll have a purely a pan B cell marker and along with the 20. And BCLL SLL, you'll have CD20 and pan B cell marker. And these three cancers, you'll have these four markers. For marginal zone cancer, you'll have CD19 and CD20. Myeloma, you have CD19 and CD20. For plasma cells markers, you'll have for plasma cell multiple myeloma, you'll have a plasma cell marker called CD38, CD138. Yeah, this is the way. But how you will differentiate between these cancers, because they will share the same markers with each other. So for differentiating these cancer, you'll have a specific marker for specific cancer. How you will remember? I'll show you next. First zone, you'll have a mantle cell lymphoma. For mantle cell MC, FMC7, FMC7, and you write as mantle cell. M1 cell. Bcell1, cyclin D1, 1 FMC7. Mantle cell, Bcell1, cyclin D1. These are the specific markers for mantle cell. Then here comes the Bcl2. You write follicular as 1 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Follicular cancer, the specific marker is Bcl2. But Bcl2 is also seen in Burkitt's, DLBCL, and marginal. Along with Bcl6, you'll express Bcl2 in germinal zone. In germinal zone, the cancers are follicular, Burkitt's, and DLBCL. You know that. From the marginal zone, marginal cell cancer also express this Bcl2, plus or minus. Is not mandatory. Here comes the ALK1, AL, anaplastic large cell lymphoma. Simple one, ALK1, AL, anaplastic large cell lymphoma. And next in A1, A1, hairy, in hairy cell leukemia, in AI, you write as A1. So hairy cell leukemia, annexin A1. Simple it is. BCLL SLL. The specific marker for BCLL SLL. Why I am telling CD23? CD23 is a marker in germinal zone, but BCLL SLL is a tumor which arises from marginal zone. It expresses the markers of marginal zone, but along with that, it's the only tumor which does not arise from germinal zone but express CD23. How you will remember that? B is second letter alphabet, C is third letter alphabet. 23, BCLL SLL. So while differentiating mantle cell lymphoma, BCLL SLL, you'll differentiate by this CD23 itself. So 23 is usually a germinal zone marker, but it only expresses in BCLL SLL, which is a mantle zone lymphoma, which arises from mantle zone. So CD23 is the most important and differentiating factor in mantle and BCLL SLL. You got all of them in mantle zone, mantle and BCLL SLL. You can differentiate by CD23. That's cool. Then you go for follicular with BCL2. You can differentiate it 100%. That is a follicular one. So you can divide it. That is so cool. And then when come to specific markers of mantle cell, these are cyclin D1, BCL1, MMC7. This is also cool. And then for anaplastic large cell lymphoma, that is ALK1, and hairy cell lymphoma, annexin A1. Then here comes the T cell markers: pro T cell, subcapsular T cell, cortical T cell, medullary thymocyte, T helper cell, cytotoxic cell, natural killer cell. You know all this, but in this you just remember the markers. That is sufficient. You know CD34 is a hematopoietic stem cell, so T cell also expresses it. CD10 and TDT are precursor cell markers, so T cell also expresses it. CD19 for B cell, same here. CD3 for T cell, T for 3. CD3 is the most specific marker for T cell. When you reverse the 7, you'll get T. So CD7 is the most constantly expressed marker of T cells. After knowing about lymphoblastic lineage, you learn about myeloblastic lineage. Here, the specific marker for granulocyte is myeloperoxidase. Everyone knows that granulocyte has granules. The granules are myeloperoxidase positive. So that is the marker for granulocyte. And now here comes the trick. For monocyte and macrophage, you'll have M in common. You know that monocyte will grow as a macrophage, mature as macrophage. You know monocyte and macrophage will kill. So in PUBG, most favorite gun for everyone is M416. So you remember macrophage is your M416. Nothing but in those markers you'll find 4 and 16 in common. You remember like this. Before 4 you put 1, CD14. Before 16 you put 1, CD116. And then 6 and 4, CD64. So you remember like this. M416 is a most favorite gun in PUBG. M means macrophage and monocyte is your favorite gun in this CD marker system. So M416, there will be a 4 or 16 in common for everything. 14 and add 1, 116 or 64. This is how you should remember the macrophage. Then there comes the erythrocyte. Erythrocyte, you reverse the erythrocyte, you remove this small tag, then you'll get 7. So 71, the marker with 7 in it as its first number is the only marker I think you should remember for NEET PG. So CD71 is for erythrocyte. CD235A, CD236R, it's okay, you can remember. But CD71 you should remember for erythrocyte. For megakaryocyte, you should remember 41, 42. 4 plus 2, 6. So 61. You blindly remember them, you mug up them. I can't find any mnemonic for it. Don't make it clumsy. Just remember as 41, 42, 4 plus 2, 6, 61. Like that. Then there lies the pan-myeloid marker. M means 3. You know that CD3 is for T cell. CD19 is for B cell. 3 is for T cell, CD19 for B cell. Same like that. CD3 is for myeloid cells. Not CD3. 3 is for myeloid cells. You just remember, add 1 to it. CD13, CD33. 33 2s are 66. So 65. Nearly 65 is also a myeloid marker. 39s is 117. This is how you remember the pan-myeloid markers. Simple as that. You reverse the M, it will become 3. Put 1 over it, it will become 13. Like this, 1 myeloid. So 1, 3, 13. 3, 3, 33. 13. 9s are 117. 33. 2s are 66. Nearly 65. 65. So 60. CD65, CD13, CD33, CD117 are pan-myeloid markers. Simply, you have to remember like this. Then here goes our favorite classical Hodgkin's lymphoma markers and nodular lymphocytic predominant markers. For classical, I used to remember like this. Classical, I'll write like this. L, S as 1, 5. And this second S, I used to write it as 2. So 15, 15 2s are 30 are the markers for classical Hodgkin's. I remember like this. And for nodular, you write N as, you reverse the N as 2, 20, and O as 0. So CD20 is the marker for nodular lymphocytic predominant. So these are one of the most important markers you'll come across for your NEET PG. You have to remember this much to answer any questions. Once again, I want to repeat them. For granular site, MPO, M for monocyte or macrophage, M416, 4 or 16 in common in anything, any marker. So 14, 116, 116 and 64. Erythrocyte, you remember it as 71. For megakaryocyte, 41, 42, 61. For pan myeloid markers, 13, 33, 39 are 117, 33 2s are 65. Like that. For classical, 15 and 15 2s 30. For nodular, remember it as 20. As simple as that. So like this, you have to remember all the markers possible. Just remember, you mug up every time, you'll remember all the time, and you'll answer easily in the NEET PG. Some markers people forget are CD16 and CD56, CD38 and CD138, CD14 and CD64. These three sets of markers are alike. You will mix them up, so you have to remember them thoroughly. For remaining all of this, I made a good mnemonics. Make use of them. Please do follow our page for more content. Good luck, guys.